Let's talk about some terrifying daddies in horror. It's Zena, your best friend who loves horror, back in the horror library, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 terrifying daddies in horror. So let's dive into this list. First up, let's talk about Richard from The Lodge 2019. Oh my god, Richard. What is wrong with you? Richard's ex-wife is no longer living because Richard decided to tell her that he plans to marry Grace, a woman he met while researching a book about an extremist cult. Grace was a sole survivor of a mass suicide led by her father. So Richard's new fiance, Grace, she's young, she's super timid, and she is struggling to connect with his 2 kids. So you're probably wondering, why is Richard on this list? I'm going to tell you. Besides from what happened to his ex-wife, Richard decides to leave his children with his new fiance because he has someplace so important to be. And while watching, I was thinking to myself, why don't you just take your kids with you? You already know that there's some type of tension that's going on. Why, Richard? Your kids don't even like Grace. They don't want to bond with her. Their mother literally just died 6 months ago. What are you doing? Just take them with you. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but I will say this. This is a perfect example as to why you should not leave your kids with just anybody. Perhaps, I don't know, put your kids first. Put your kids first, Richard. Nikos from Anthropocene, 1980. In this Italian horror, a group of friends and a hitchhiker become stranded on a tourist island where they are stalked by a disfigured, cannibalistic killer who is prowling the island after killing its residents. So I don't know too much about being a husband or anything like that, but I would think that killing your family members and trying to eat them is definitely not going to get you a Family Man award. So we have Nikos, his wife, and his son. They are shipwrecked and they are stranded in the middle of the sea in a life raft. And you know, they don't have any food or supplies to survive. So pretty much Nikos, he tries to murder and eat his son. Then when he's rescued, he never really recovers because he pretty much slaughters everybody and he eats them. Don't even send him to jail, okay? Just send him to outer space. Wilfred in 1922 from 2017. A farmer conspires to murder his wife for monetary gain and convinces his teen son to participate. Wilfred and his son Henry soon become delusional as they continue on their lives. Wilfred is on this list because he murders his wife in order to stop her from selling his farm. And that's not all. He persuades his teenage son to help him with this murder. Just because your wife has a lot of personality, it doesn't mean that you should murder her. Like, what are you doing? Send him to outer space too. Lewis from Pet Sematary, 1989. A grieving father discovers an ancient burial ground behind his home with the power to raise the dead. Yes, another Stephen King adaptation. I couldn't help myself. This one had to be on the list. Grief is a weird thing. So we all know the story. This guy, he buries his daughter's cat in a pet cemetery. So this pet cemetery is an ancient burial ground that resurrects whomever is buried there. So the cat returns. He smells terrible. He doesn't act the same. Lewis is deeply disturbed. But does that stop him? No. Months pass by and unfortunately Lewis loses his son. His son is tragically killed, so he decides to bury his son in the pet cemetery. His son comes back and he is not the same. So many horrible things happen from there. Gage slices and dices his neighbor Judd. He even jabs out his mother's eyeball, killing her. And you think that, you know, Lewis, he would have learned, right? No, he buries his wife. And it's like, sir, why are you burying her? You saw what happened to the cat. You saw what happened to your son. Like, so obviously Lewis, he's on this list because of all those things, but he does have a living daughter, okay, that needs him. And you think that he'd be thinking about her, but he's still on the list because you just kept on repeating the same mistakes and it's getting ridiculous. What about your daughter? And finally, Andy from Exhibit A, 2007. In this British found footage horror thriller, it showcases the timely story of a normal family disintegrating under financial pressure, eventually driven to the unimaginable. We witness the terrifying events unfold through daughter Judith's video camera, which subsequently becomes Exhibit A. Andy is on this list because he's unpredictable, raw, hysterical, and irrational. The actor Bradley Cole really had me questioning him because I felt like this footage was real. Exhibit A is one of those movies that don't scare you with monsters or something that is supernatural. This one shows the reality of a family falling apart. And by far, this is one of the most brutal horror movies that I've come across. So that's my list of the top 5 terrifying daddies in horror. Let me know which horror dad would make your list. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you next time. Don't even send him to jail, okay? Just send him to outer space. I get subscribed.